Gaurav, give everyone who's watching a sense of the situation on the battlefield, because we're seeing a lot of Ukrainian information warfare. We're seeing psyops from Russia. What really is happening on the ground? Is Russia genuinely making ingress? Are the Ukrainians actually being able to push back?
They are able to push back, but how long, Rahul, that remains a challenge. But when you look at the bigger picture, and we were privileged. I mean, we managed to get to Kharkiv, we went to Mariupol, we were reporting from Irpin and Bucha and Brovary. Now, since we were driving...
I don't think anybody else went out. Gaurav actually thought this is a good opportunity to see a beautiful country. So from Mariupol, which later got attacked, to coming back all the way to Kyiv and then finally to Lviv. So you actually had a good Ukraine darshan.
Absolutely. And driving myself, that was the biggest advantage. If you can drive in Europe, you can do anything. That was one big advantage that we have. At times we relied on the Google map. Like when we were running out of Mariupol, we were shot at. Because, we filmed something, the Ukrainian army, or was it a militia, we do not know. Perhaps they didn't like it. And there we are...
You got fired at, right? I think that's when everyone got really scared.
Yeah.
In your vehicle. Who was firing at you and why?
So, it was either the Ukrainian army or the militia, or maybe the Russians had come into that area. We saw a checkpoint. We dodged it. Rajesh was in the car with us, and Rajesh was filming on his mobile phone. And suddenly, in my rear side view mirror, and then you hear it. You see a gun cocked and tack, 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 5 rounds, one after the other. So instinctively, I just went zigzag, zigzag so that you dodge those bullets. And we were driving a beautiful SUV. So here was a lady who wanted to get out of Mariupol. Mariupol was being shelled. Her driver didn't show up. She met somebody at her hotel. We met another Indian contact. And that Indian contact said, will you drive her car? And we said, sure. I didn't even know what car. It's a left-hand drive car. And we had absolutely no idea. We just said, yes, we will. And we just dumped all our stuff. That lady dumped all her stuff. And we zipped past. And the roads were shut. They had trees on the road. So we went in the kacha. And then came out. And then they started firing at us. We dodged that. And then we drove non-stop 350 kilometers, anchoring 2 bulletins while we were driving. Because they were firing. And we didn't know whether we'd be able to get to that place. But we wanted to get the latest back. But we got to Dnipro safe. Dnipro is now under attack.
This is where a Fauji upbringing comes very handy.
Yes.
You're used to driving in the kacha and having convoys fired at. Geeta, give us a sense of the diplomatic state of play, because from what we can gather in the headlines, you've got Ukraine and Russia apparently close to some kind of a rapprochement. Is that for real?
So the Ukrainians say that there is no concept or idea of a neutral state as of now, because that would mean absolute political suicide for Zelensky. So Zelensky is in a very tough position right now, with the Russians closing in on Kyiv and the Russians wanting a regime change. Will he step down, or will he go in for a compromise? Because the NATO is not coming, European Union is not going to help them, and there's going to be no military intervention. So Ukrainians are left to defend themselves. And in that, they now need to decide whether if it is worth continuing this war or negotiating. So they are negotiating, but Putin is very clear. You negotiate, but there will be no ceasefire. ICJ ruling may be one of the reasons.
But how can you negotiate when there's war going on?
It has been. They've been negotiating. The chief negotiator level talks were taking place when they attacked Kyiv. The foreign minister level talks were taking place when they destroyed Kharkiv and Mariupol. Then they are now looking at a president level talk. Let's see if that will come through. There is a second round of foreign minister level talks that may have some forward movement on.
This is all talk.